Hey, what's going on, guys? We're live again with another video. Today, hopefully the audio is fine. We're going to be doing a brief Newcastle preview. I think I'm going to go live twice today to do a combined 11. Not many Newcastle players would get into the Arsenal team, if I'm being honest with you guys, but we're going to do it anyway. And before we get into Arteta'S press conference, ahead of the Newcastle game, early kickoff, 12:30 kickoff, which we don't tend to do well in. Last season, we got robbed, and I'll say it honestly, we got robbed over a VAR decision from Bruno Guimaraes. This season, it's time to get revenge at St. James Park. There are injury concerns with some of the Arsenal key players in our starting 11. I will be going through all the injury updates, and I will be going through injury updates for our opposition, for Newcastle, as there are injury concerns for Newcastle as well, which we have heard about today in Eddie Howe discussing about some key players who, look like a threat for Newcastle. And if they're not available, then I'm quite confident that we are going to be able to get a result away from home. Sorry, I'm not at home right now, so if there's any background noise or music, please disregard it. We're going to get straight into the video now, and let me go ahead and cue that intro real quick. What's going on, guys? So Mikel Arteta started his press conference early today. First of all, he started his press conference by addressing the flood victims in Spain and providing his sympathy and respects to those who are affected by the floods in Spain. I think various parts of Spain have been flooded, and Mikel Arteta, because he's from Spain, showing his respects, which is very nice of him to do. Before speaking of any injury concerns with our players, good afternoon, Emerson. Hope you're well. Arsenal U21 game today should be a good watch. Um, so Arteta starts off his press conference talking about the injury update to Gabriel Magalhaes. We did know that against Liverpool he was subbed off with injury concerns. Against Preston, Arteta did mention that he was available for selection. However, they chose to completely rest him for the game. Rightfully so. I would have done the same thing. Again, it's Preston North End, not a really big team, not big opposition, and we did win the game fair and square with a great result away from home. More importantly, Ethan Nwaneri shining for us against Preston. And Kivior also had a good game, and Gabriel Jesus on the score sheet. Arteta talks about Gabriel's injury update today, and he says that if he can complete the training session today, he would be in the squad for Newcastle. On Calafiori and Odegaard, he says that Richie Calafiori and Martin Odegaard are completely out, not in the lineup or squad at all for these games. And I think Odegaard will not be available until Chelsea away at the Bridge or later on in the season. But I think Chelsea at the Bridge is probably the earliest we're going to see Odegaard back. Ben White has not trained all week, and he was not able to get involved in training. There is a training session later today. It might have already started as I'm speaking right now because of the 4-hour time difference. But until as of now, Ben White has yet to train with the squad. Saliba, he's no longer suspended. He faces suspension in the league against Liverpool. As you guys know, he was unavailable to play due to a previous red card incident, but Saliba is now available in the squad and did play against Preston to get match fitness, which Arteta said why he was playing starting 11 players, some of them against Preston, in order to keep up with match fitness. Arteta also talked about Tomiyasu. He said that Tomiyasu is not expected to be having a return until after the upcoming international break, which I believe is in November. It's almost November. It's already November 1st, but I think this international break is next week, mid-November. So Tomiyasu, as long as he doesn't go on international duty, I just hope he can get back to his full match fitness. We all know what he can offer aerial ability wise, but I always say your best ability is availability. And if you're hardly available, there's quite concerns around, your impact in the squad and what you provide to this team. Arteta did mention previously before the Preston pre-presser, he mentioned Tierney is close to returning on the pitch and that he looks sharp in his recovery process. For me, I would not rush Odegaard back into any of these games until probably Chelsea at the Bridge. Chelsea are no pushover this season, and although they've started off the season strong, they haven't really played a lot of the top six teams. Arsenal, on the other side, are unbeaten at the moment against the top six teams. Now, Newcastle, they did provide some injury updates through Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe said that Anthony Gordon and Alexander Isak at the time are feeling okay, but they're going to undergo a late assessment to see their fitness 48 hours after the game. They had nickels or slight knocks, it seems, and they'll make a decision later today whether they'll be in the squad available for Arsenal away. Sorry, we're the ones away, so Newcastle at home. But you get what I mean, and they're just gonna make sure whether the two of them can play. If Newcastle are unavailable for Alexander Isak and Anthony Gordon to play, I'd be very confident in this game. But if they are in contention, then for me, they are the ones to look out for. I don't think Bruno Guimaraes has started off the season strong, if I'm being honest. And Anthony Gordon and Isak, for me, are the two threats from Newcastle who right now are being questioned for fitness because of niggling injuries. Hi Malia, hope all's well. Juma Mubarak to you. Hope you're having a good day so far. Big up Tommy. Hope you had a good birthday. Newcastle have been so poor and they are a good side but haven't done well. This is a must-win game for us and we need to win trophies. No excuses. Yeah, you forgot the Inter Milan away in the Champions League as well. It'll be a good game. I'm looking forward to the Champions League game. At the moment, I'm going to Sporting Lisbon away in the Champions League, and I'm probably gonna go to Monaco at home. I'm looking for a Chelsea away ticket, so if I do get one, I'll be back for Chelsea away at the Bridge. I've never been to the Bridge. I know it's not the ground to go to, with all due respect. But away game, whether it's in the league or in the cup, or even in the Champions League, it's incredible atmosphere, and it's closely knit fans away in the away fans, and so I would really like to go to those games. Um, those are all the updates provided by Mikel Arteta today in his press conference. I did talk about the return date for Ricky Calafiori. There is no exact update, but it seems like it'll be another few weeks. Same thing with Martin Odegaard and Tomiyasu, not available for selection until after the upcoming international break. Um, for me, one of the players that hardly gets enough credit, and I did talk about him in my match reaction against Liverpool, is the likes of Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey, if he can be fully fit this season, and so far, thank God, knock on wood, he's not been injured. He's not been injury prone this season. So far, he's been putting in a job, whether it's in his natural position or whether it's at right back against Southampton or even against Liverpool. He did do a shift, and for me, he's oftentimes an unsung hero. Whenever he does have a good performance, he never gets the credit he deserves, rightfully so. Ben White at the moment has not trained. There is a later training session today. It may have already started. I'm not sure what time they do the training sessions. I don't stalk the players like that, respectfully. But as at the moment, Ben White has not trained. My score predictions, before I get into my lineup, my score predictions for this game is going to be a 3-1 Arsenal win. I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park. Pick up to Jack, hope you're well. Congratulations on 100 subs. And he says, I have gained over 80 subs this week. Congratulations to you. Well done. I think it's going to be a tough one. St. James Park atmosphere is crazy, but I'm going for a 2-1 Arsenal win. St. James Park is definitely not an easy ground to go to. We saw last season the treacherous decision that was made against Bruno Guimaraes and our goal being disallowed. But I do think Arsenal can get a result, especially if Alexander Isak and Anthony Gordon are unavailable to play this game. That would be a massive boost for us. But as the title of this video says, it's time to get revenge on Newcastle. My lineup for this game, assuming that Ben White is not available, is going to be Raya in goal, Timber, Gabriel Magalhaes, I think he will play, William Saliba, Thomas Partey, Moreno, Rice, Ethan Waneri, Martinelli, Kai Havertz, and Saka. That's my lineup. I am going to put Partey at right back. I think he did a good shift against Liverpool at right back. And I'm going to play Moreno in midfield with Rice and Ethan Waneri. I think Ethan Waneri deserves a start. He showed against Preston. Keep in mind, I know it's Preston, but he showed that he's willing to start. He's showing he's willing to put a shift in. And for me, he deserves a chance. And hopefully we can have Ethan Waneri start. Some of you guys have gone with a contrary starting 11 instead of Ethan Waneri. The midfield was Mikel Moreno, Declan Rice, and Leandro Trossard. For me, I believe Trossard should be rested or, in fact, dropped in this game, whatever you want to call it, rested or dropped. But I would give Ethan Waneri a chance. It's time to give the kid minutes and game time. He showed against Preston what he has to offer and that beautiful strike. I know it was only Preston, but you got to give the kid a chance and you got to give the kid game time. Martinelli needs to fix up because I am done with that man. Tommy, you always give up on the players and the manager, but I guess it is what it is. You're entitled to your own opinion, of course. Had a good birthday. Went to Brighton with my family for 4 nights. Nice. I did remember you talk about your birthday the last time I went live and you were in the chat, so big up to you. Thanks for watching on Twitter. It's football day today in schools in Miami. I have no clue. I'm not from there, but thanks for letting me know, Jack. 2-1. Emerson's going 2-1 win. Malia's going 2-1 also, and Tommy's also going 2-1 win. Luca says, this is a huge game. I'm not confident. If we lose, we'll be 8 points behind. Luca talks ball says Party Saliba, Gabriel, or Kivior. Timber Party Rice, Ethan Waneri, midfield. Saka Havertz Martinelli. He had the same front three like me. Saka Havertz Martinelli. Martinelli for me against the second half against Liverpool. He did try to make a lot of chances, but it wasn't good enough. And I think Havertz was better now in the second half of that Liverpool game. He put a lot of work to try to get a third goal, and as you guys saw, the third goal was disallowed in relation to a foul on Dominic Szoboszlai. Yes, I did move on from the Liverpool game, but the only reason I'm referencing it is because some of the players who performed well in that game, like Thomas Partey at right back, in my opinion, because Ben White is not available to play right back, should play Thomas Partey at right back in this game. And some things keep unchanged. Big up to Mr. B. You're playing Newcastle at the right time as they're struggling slightly. I agree, and there's at the moment questions or question marks around the match fitness of Alexander Isak and Anthony Gordon, who for me are two of their threats in their team. I'm going to Liverpool City Centre tonight. That's nice, Jack. I also think Ethan Waneri should be giving a spot on the bench. He's been on really good form. I have Ethan Waneri to start in my lineup. I think Trossard should be on the bench for this game and you know potentially take some notes. Sometimes it's not always a bad thing when you're dropped on the bench. It helps you prove that no one walks into the starting 11. You need to prove that you deserve to be in the starting 11 before Arteta picks you for team selection. I did cover Arteta's press conference early on in the video. Sorry if I'm speaking too fast, but I'm outside and I don't want to make this such a long stream as I'm not home at the moment. I normally don't do streams outside of home, but I wanted to cover this preview and be consistent. As I mentioned, I would go live Friday. With that being said, guys, you guys absolutely rocked it on my Preston previews and my Preston pre-presser of Arteta's press conference. I believe it had over 400 views, and the other one had over 500 views, which was absolutely incredible. For someone that doesn't self-promote my videos or tell people when I'm going live, massive respects to all of you. That's just how I choose to do things. Other people may choose to do things differently, but I'm not a channel that goes on spamming people's links, or I'm not a channel that goes telling people who are live to come watch my channel instead. I have respect for other people and I respect myself. I have self-dignity and I don't do that respectfully. Um, Ever been to Liverpool? Yes, I have. I've never been to Anfield, but I did go to Liverpool to visit some family who have Scouse accents. It's kind of hard to understand them. It's a bit of a thicker accent. I do understand the Geordie accent, though. I have some friends who are Geordies, and I can understand them after a while. Um, at least you don't promote your in people's lives. No, I never done that, and even I don't even tell people who watch me when I'm going live. People who watch live, they either get notified because they have notifications on, or they see it on YouTube. So thanks a lot for your support, everybody. Emerson says 2-1 Arsenal away win. My team is Raya, Ben White, or Party. That's depending on if Ben White's available. Saliba, Gabriel, Moreno, Rice, Ethan, Waneri. Oh, sorry, I think it's a typo. He says Rice, Ethan, Trossard, Martinelli, Havertz, Saka. Correction from my earlier comment. No problem at all, Emerson. A lot of people going for 2-1 win. Tommy went for 2-1 win. Malia went for 2-1 win. Emerson going for a 2-1 win. I'm going 3-1 win. My main concern in this game is us keeping our attacking form. In the first half, if we were to go a goal or two up, Don't sit back and invite pressure onto us. Don't sit back and allow Newcastle to get back into the game. Something we unfortunately did against Liverpool, and it costed us because Salah got an equalizer from a mistake from Lewis Skelly slash Kivior. Um, Fair play, Mel. At least you don't promote your in people's lives. No, not at all. You got family who are Scouse. That's mad. Yeah, on my dad's side, they're Scousers. I've only been there once, and it was a while ago though. One player short, Emerson, who plays left back. Big up to Jason. Hope you're well. I hope to see you at Chelsea at the bridge if you're going. I'm still trying to get a ticket, but I know you're going to some away games. Hopefully you had a good time at Preston. It was nice to see Premsy there. He hasn't been to a game in a while, so hopefully I see him around sometime soon. Big up Flex. Hope you're well. Um, Let me see who is missing in this team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, one. I think you're missing one player, Emerson, in your lineup. I want to avoid Liverpool in the cup. When's your Arsenal game? When's the next Arsenal game you're going to? Sporting Lisbon away in Champions League, Monaco at home, and if I get a ticket for Chelsea at the bridge in the league, I'll go to Chelsea away. I'm still after a ticket, so waiting on someone to sort me out, hopefully, and I can be back for Chelsea at the bridge. If not, it'll probably be Forest if I get time off work. I love living in Liverpool, probably one of the best cities in the whole of Europe. I really like going to Germany. I went to Munich away last season, but it was just a couple of months back, and it was great. It was a great city, even though we didn't play well. It was nice to go see the ground, and a European away day is class. I think nothing beats a European away day. Even in the League Cup, we drew Crystal Palace at home, which is a really good draw. Of course, we could have got Southampton, but Liverpool seemed to get an easy draw. I think we might meet Liverpool or Tottenham in the finals or semi-final, and then Tottenham in the semi-final and Liverpool in the finals. But you see how Arne Slot is taking the cup seriously, and Pep Guardiola got eliminated by their bogey team, Tottenham Hotspur. I'm in Milan and Lisbon, but not for Chelsea. Next home will be Forest for me. Enjoy Milan. Safe travels, Jason. Don't get into trouble. And I'll see you at Lisbon. I did get a ticket for Lisbon. It's a lot smaller allocation, but I haven't sorted flights yet. I'm still waiting to book flights. Hopefully that should be sorted soon. I heard it was cheaper to fly into Porto and then take a train from Porto, but I'll see what works best for me from Toronto directly, or to fly into London and then go from London to either Porto or Lisbon directly. European aways are unreal. Yeah, it was really fun, and it was nice to catch up with friends who I don't normally see. Sometimes they don't get to go to midweek games in the Champions League because they live farther down. Under 21s are away at Chelsea tonight, and the U18s are at home tomorrow. And missing left back is Timber. Good luck with tickets. Thank you so much, Emerson. It was nice seeing you and Stu ahead of the Liverpool game. Nice to catch up with both of you. I did that before. It's a simple train from one to the other. Yeah, I did hear it's a lot cheaper, so I haven't checked flights yet. I have a friend that works for an airline, so he usually hooks me up, thankfully, and it's not really that expensive for me to travel. Where's the U21 playing stadium venue? Um, the U21s are at Chelsea away today. And Mr. B is also going for a 2-1 Arsenal. Lots of people are going for a 2-1 Arsenal in the chat. It's interesting because nobody thinks we're going to be keeping a clean sheet, not even myself. I think the main talking point of this game is please no more casualties, especially to our center backs, our defenders. Arteta loves his defenders, but at the moment we're a bit short, and we're waiting for some players to return from injury. Um, Big up to each and every one of you. Thanks for tuning in into my Newcastle preview. I'm going for a 3-1 Arsenal win away from home on the road. Arsenal first goal scorer to be Bukayo Saka, Kai Havertz, and then Gabriel Martinelli, hopefully to redeem himself from the Liverpool game. I think he had some good chances in the Liverpool game, but it's unfortunately that he didn't pocket those away and just kept passing it back instead. With that being said, guys, we are playing Crystal Palace in the League Cup, the next round of the League Cup, the quarterfinals. It is going to be at the Emirates. At the moment, tickets have not gone on sale. I'm not sure if it's going to be a ballot system or general sale. for Red members, but it'll be good to watch that game. Return of Rob Holding, Matt Turner, and Eddie Nketiah back at home, homecoming. Um, I think with Isaac's form against Brighton, I feel he may score, but I really hope a clean sheet. Yeah, it seems like they're going to train today or see if they both can train today, Isaac or Anthony Gordon. And we'll see if they'll play. Same thing with Ben White. He has yet to train. If Ben White plays, then obviously we don't need to shift Partey to right back. Keep him in his original position, and then I would bench Moreno or Ethan Moneri if Ben White is available under those circumstances. Only I'm glad Arteta isn't playing a player who is still getting back from injury. He's learned his lessons from the past, and we're no longer risking players who are feeling knocks or niggles unless they have trained and are willing to play and are able to continue to play on. Um, I did talk about the League Cup draw. You guys saw Liverpool drew Southampton at Southampton Ground, St. Mary's Stadium. A City are eliminated. Tottenham have a good fixture as well. And then tomorrow, or sorry, I think it's Sunday. There's going to be Don's Wimbledon in the cup. It's a big rivalry for those two. I think Luca's going to the game. Before I wrap up this stream, I did want to talk about October Premier League nominees for Player of the Month. As you guys know, Premier League Player of the Month happens every month. They're nominated for awards. Bukayo Saka, our star boy, is nominated for Premier League Player of the Month for October. If you guys have the Premier League app, please vote for Bukayo Saka if you can take the time to do so. Really appreciate it. I'm pretty sure those votes matter and those votes count, so please don't forget to vote for our boy Bukayo Saka, who's nominated for October's Player of the Month. Yes, I do know John Sinclair. He's a Magpie fan. He's a Geordie, and I am subscribed to his channel. He tuned into my preview or my review. I think it was my Preston preview he tuned into. He does watch my channel, but I think it's too late for me to arrange an opposition preview. I just got back to work literally today, earlier in the morning, and trying to hustle between work and a YouTube quick preview before the game. I didn't want to do one tomorrow as I'd feel it would be too late. Ballot sales for Crystal Palace Carabao Cup unlikely it will go on general sale to Red members depending on Palace's allocation. Thanks a lot, Jack, for the offer. But yes, I do know him, and I am subscribed to his channel, and vice versa. With that being said, guys, I am gonna wrap up the stream. I might go live later to do a combined 11, but if I'm being honest, not a lot of Newcastle players get into our lineup, unlike Liverpool when we did a combined 11 for that game. Next couple of games are away on the road for Arsenal, and it's time for us to go on a good run. More importantly, it's time for us to get revenge on Newcastle, especially since last season we dropped points to them away at St. James Park. With that being said, folks, come on, you Gunners, and I'm going 3-1 Arsenal win. Bukayo Saka to get on the score sheet first. Take care, everyone. Let me know in the comments down below your predicted 11 for this game and your score predictions, as well as any information, whether you guys are going to the games or not. Comment down below if you're going to any of the home games or away games. Our next home game is obviously Forest, which there's some game weeks to go until then. And Forest are obviously no pushover. They've started the season off strong. Bye, everyone. Have a good rest of your afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the world. Take care, and I'll be live later today, possibly for a combined 11 of Newcastle and a general Arsenal chat. Adios, everyone. Bye for now.